So earlier today, I was on Racing Reference just looking up some stats for future videos, and I wound up on Wendell Scott's page because I wanted to do a first wins video on him, or maybe a good seasons video on him if I could find the footage, but I came across something that I find to be 100% wrong. I clicked on his rookie stats from 1961, and in that season he had 23 starts and 5 top 10 finishes and finished 32nd in the standings. So I clicked on the full season standings, and I was going through the list and I could not for the life of me find a rookie that was ahead of him. I was really confused, and I clicked out of his page and clicked on the Cup Series page where you have the champions listed along with the Rookie of the Years and most popular drivers, basically the awards. And I scrolled down to 1961 and I saw a rookie by the name of Woody Wilson, who was the 1961 Rookie of the Year. So I looked up his stats, and his stats are this: 5 starts and only 1 top 10 with a 41st place finish in the standings. Do you see where the problem is? Scott was 32nd, Wilson was 41st. Wilson was handed Rookie of the Year. So as you can tell from the title, I fully believe that Wendell Scott was not handed Rookie of the Year because of racism. So let's get into it. As we all know, Wendell Scott was a pioneer, becoming the first black NASCAR driver in the league's history. Unfortunately, racism was still pretty rampant in the South, and as we all know, some fans and competitors were not all that welcoming of a black driver.
Wendell Scott was NASCAR's first African-American star. Scott was a rebel, racing in a sport represented by the rebel flag.
Time frame that we were in the South racing, in the early 60s, we were all through the early 60s, the demonstrations and the thing that Martin Luther King was doing for our people. Things were going on in Montgomery, Birmingham. We'd be actually racing in those cities.
I remember us getting a call, if you come to the track tonight, we're gonna kill your family while you're on the track.
So crap like that was pretty common back in those days, and to be honest, I was not surprised one bit by the fact that they did not hand him Rookie of the Year. I mean, after all, it wouldn't be the first time they pulled some bullshit like this before.
The Scotts wanted what the Petties had: money, respect, success. But for Wendell, every race was a struggle, and every struggle was about race. On December 1st, 1963, Wendell Scott became the first African-American to take the checkered flag.
He knew that he wasn't going to be given the win.
They had him recorded as 3rd place, okay? And then he protested the finish of the race. And it took them several hours before they said he came out and said, guess what, Wendell? You did win the race. We discovered an error. Your score didn't record you 2 laps. But after the crowd was gone and everything, then they finally stepped up and did the right thing. My father said that they thought I wanted to kiss that white beauty queen. He said, I got a beautiful wife. He said, I can kiss my wife. He said, I wanted my money and I wanted my recognition. This joy was taken away from him, because of racism.
The reason I'm making this video is because after all these years, NASCAR has not made any corrections to that. It is not fact. Wilson did not win Rookie of the Year. After I found this out, I checked all of the Cup Series Rookie of the Year winners on Racing Reference, and pretty much every one of them are right, except his. I mean, what a coincidence. You get all these other drivers' stats right, and the 1961 Rookie of the Year happens to be black, and you get his wrong. Another bad part about this is that after hearing this fact, there are some fans out there who just do not care. For example, there's one comment on Wendell Scott's Racing Reference page reading, "Why should they fix it now? Woody Wilson has been the 1961 Rookie of the Year for almost 50 years. It should stay that way." It still blows my mind that there are people that are this dense out there in the world. No, it shouldn't stay that way because it's not a fact. He did not win. Wendell Scott won Rookie of the Year. That makes no sense. Then about 10 minutes after I tweeted out this information, there was some guy on Twitter asking essentially, where's my proof? Well, for starters, it's already basic common knowledge that he faced inequality in NASCAR in the early 1960s when he was racing, basically throughout his whole career. And I don't really think it takes a genius to figure out that he was going to face all this, because he was a black man in the Deep South racing at the time. And lastly, there was this one comment on his racing reference page from Rob saying inequality is inequality, and Wendell faced it all of his career and he never complained once. He just wanted to race. So like I said earlier, NASCAR has done BS like this in the past, but they were also able to eventually correct it.
He told Bill France about some of the things that had transpired.
And that's when he told him that you're a NASCAR driver, you're a member of NASCAR, and you will be treated as such.
Now, you talk about being dumb and not seeing the big tree, the big forest. That was us. But we got it fixed. It took 30 years to fix it, but we got it fixed.
Well, not all of it fixed. It seems like you guys have it about halfway fixed right now. If you want it to be fully fixed, you will give Wendell Scott his 1961 Rookie of the Year series title. So that'll do it for me. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. I just can't believe that it has been over 50 years now and we still haven't gotten this corrected. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.